But yes, we've been talking about this for a couple days now, and look who they're talking about. They're talking about the Hopewell culture and the Adena culture. So let me read this to you. It says, people have always been on the move. The Hopewell culture built what is often called the Great Hopewell Road to connect the earthworks near present-day Chillicothe and Newark. French and British explorers entered the Ohio country as early as the 1500s. Central Ohio was already a crossroads for indigenous people, us, when other populations entered the region in the 1700s. New modes of transportation, from canals to railroads to highways, shaped the city of Columbus over the years. Basically, they built all the roads and the highways, through Mounds. This exhibit explores the ways in which transportation has changed and stayed the same over the years. Now let's go around here. Let's see what they have. What? This ain't our history. This is the history that they're showing after they came here and invaded us. But let me show you this map over here. Hold on. Do you see this? This says Octagon State Memorial Park. So this is what the park is called, where they have the Newark earthworks. Octagon State Memorial Park in Newark, Ohio. This is where they have the Newark Indian earthworks. Okay, you see this map? This map was around 1812, created around 1812, okay? You see this? This is an old map, part of Kentucky, around down there, okay? See if you got that. All right, now let me read. The Great Hopewell Road. The Hopewell culture people built the 60-mile road from ceremonial sites near present-day Chillicothe to the Octagon earthworks near Newark between 100 and 500 BCE. Okay, all right. Okay? Then they said this map, John Mellish created this map of Ohio in 1812. The land office districts in Ohio, including the Virginia Military District, the Ohio Company, and the Western Reserve lands, are shown on the map. Also depicted is the border between the remaining American Indian lands in the northwest part of the state and the land surveyed for settlers. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So this map was created. It shows you where the Indians still lived, and then where they crossed off the borders for these settlers to settle in our territory. Okay? You see that, don't you? All right. Now remember, early trails and roads. Remember, I was telling you about this before they changed the map. A lot of the map of Ohio was the Indian trails and the rivers. Okay? So it says early trails and roads. Before the arrival of white settlers in Ohio, Native Americans, scratch that, the Aborigines trails were well established in the region. Today's U.S. Route 23, that is the route that goes to Chillicothe in the Scioto River, okay, was once known as the Scioto Trail, a Shawnee tribe trail that stretched from the present-day Portsmouth to Sandusky, Ohio. These trails left a blueprint for later routes that white settlers used to enter the Ohio country. Remember I said this was called Ohio country, aka Ohio Valley. One of the most significant early roads in Ohio was the National Road, which was the first federally funded interstate highway. Construction of National Road began in 1811, and by 1833, it reached Columbus, Ohio, and it eventually spanned across 6 states: Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio. Now, we are talking about 70 East. That's the way that you take from Ohio to Maryland, and guess what you have to go through? West Virginia, and Pennsylvania to get there. All right. So it says in Columbus, other early roads included the Columbus and the Sandusky Turnpike and the Columbus and Portsmouth Turnpike. Private turnpikes such as these were owned by corporations. Remember I told you the U.S. corporation started in the mid-1800s that built and maintained roads through the collection of tolls from travelers. That's where they get the tolls at, okay, the toll booths. Stagecoaches used these routes to transport people, goods, and mail. Stagecoach travel reached its highest point in the 1840s and the 1850s until the rise in popularity of railroad travel. You see this historical map of Ohio, a network of Native American scratched-at Aborigine trails, often following waterways, crossed Ohio and were later used as a guide for early roads established by white settlers. This map of Ohio by Don Leach depicts Indian trails, roads, and towns in the state. Okay? Do you see that? Oh, now, this is a map down here. Indian Trails, Towns of Ohio map. Guess what this map is? William C. Mills published this map in 1914 in the book Archaeological Atlas of Ohio, 1914. I'm going to read that book. Mills led excavations of the Adena Mounds, Harness Mound, Timber Mound, and others. Do you see that? So there's Adena Mounds, there's a Shrum Mounds, there's a Harness Mound, and there's Timber Mound, and we just came from the Jeffers Mound, okay? That's in Ohio, all right? Oh, so as you can see, you heard it from here first. This is what we've been talking about, and these maps and this exhibit here in the public library shows you exactly what I've been saying is true. Thank you. Peace out to the gods and goddesses. Y'all know I love y'all.